Hey everybody, Ash here with Gents. So today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different video. I'm going to be doing a fragrance buying guide. I have gotten countless messages, emails, comments, whatever, over the years asking me for advice on where to buy fragrances. A lot of people questioning, is this place legit? Is this place legit? Is this legit? And I did make a couple videos earlier in my channel's life where I talked about fragrances, where to buy them, what to look for, little things like that. This video I'm gonna try to encompass a lot more information. I'm gonna take you over to my computer here and do some voiceover. We're gonna look at some things online. I'm gonna show you some things that you should look for to avoid so that you don't buy fake fragrances. We're gonna take a look at a couple of websites that I know for sure are selling 100% fakes. Everything on them is fake. So by showing you these websites, you'll know what to look for if you find a good deal on a fragrance and you're wondering, is this legit? Is this fake? What is this? By showing you these fake websites, you'll have a better idea. We'll go on to eBay and I'll show you what to look for there to avoid potential fakes. We'll talk about the most popular discount websites to purchase fragrances, and I'll let you know what I think about those websites. I'll give kind of like a mini review on each one. I'll talk about companies that are online that match fragrances or try to match the scent of them. I'll talk about niche suppliers, so some of the best websites to use if you're looking to buy niche fragrances and you don't mind to pay retail. I'll also touch on Facebook groups, purchasing fragrances there. I'll go over websites where you can buy decants from. This is a lot of information. There's gonna be a lot of websites covered. There's gonna be a lot of stuff that I go over here. So this video is going to run long, but hopefully this is gonna be beneficial to you guys out there, especially guys that are maybe getting into this and they're afraid of purchasing fakes and afraid of wasting their money and the potential headache that that brings. So here we go. Let's go ahead and jump into this. It is my ultimate fragrance buying guide. I'm gonna try to cover as much as humanly possible here, though there's a possibility I end up leaving something out, so cut me a little slack. But come with me here. Let's jump into the computer and let's walk through this. Alright guys, let's start off talking about fragrance discounters. Those are what they say they are. They're websites that sell fragrances at a discount. This is going to include websites like FragranceNet, FragranceX, Forever Luxe, Max Aroma, FragranceBuy.ca, Label Perfumes, Perfume Click, and many, many more. There are tons of fragrance discounters and new ones come out all the time. I get questioned all the time, especially by newer guys or guys that are looking for fragrances maybe for the first time. Are these discounters legit? Are they selling authentic fragrances or are these counterfeits? So let's go ahead and tackle that really quickly. These fragrances that are being sold at fragrance discounters are from the gray market. Now that is not illegal. If you want more information on the gray market, you can Google fragrance discounters gray market, fragrances gray market, or just gray market in general. Really quick Cliff's Notes on the gray market. Basically what that is, it's where sellers, in this circumstance the websites that you would be buying from, acquire their fragrances or their stock from other countries or through other distribution channels where the fragrances are being sold for less than what they are selling for in the country where the discounter is based. So for example, FragranceNet is based in the United States. So what they'll do is they'll buy fragrances, maybe, for example, from the Middle Eastern market, from a distributor in the Middle East, where those fragrances are going for a lot less than what they retail for in the United States. So let's just say there's a fragrance that in the US goes for $200, and in the Middle Eastern market, it goes for $50, the equivalent of $50 US. So the discounter, in this circumstance, FragranceNet, would buy a big stock of those bottles from the Middle East, bring them into the US, and then pass on some of those savings to you, the customer. So that's how the gray market works. They're authentic fragrances. It's the exact same fragrance that you would buy in a Macy's or Sephora or wherever. It's just possibly coming from a different part of the world, or it would be sold in a different part of the world had it not been sold to a discounter. So that's what the gray market is. So just very short answer, are the fragrances authentic? Yes, they are. Now, if you look online, you can find negative reviews from people who say, oh, whoever, Fragrance Net, Fragrance X, Max Aroma, whoever, is selling fake fragrances. 99% of those reviews are from people that are very paranoid and have decided, even before they receive the fragrance, that it was fake. You also see this on eBay, where people will buy a fragrance, and before they've even received it, they're saying, oh, I'm pretty sure I got scammed, I'm pretty sure I bought a fake, and they don't even have it in their hand yet. If you are that paranoid about what you're buying, I suggest you don't buy at discounters. For your own peace of mind, just go to your local Macy's, go to your local Sephora, or go to an official website like Sephora.com or Mugler.com or wherever, and purchase from them at full retail. That way you don't have to worry about it, okay? All of these websites have, like you see here, 100% safe and guaranteed. They all have guarantees that what you're receiving is legit. If you get something and it is legitimately a fake product, they'll take it back, no questions asked, and replace it. I have purchased hundreds and hundreds of bottles from websites like FragranceNet and including FragranceNet over the past decade, and I have myself not received any fake bottles. So when I make a purchase from any of these websites that I'm going to be talking about, I have absolutely no qualms with it. I know it's going to be legit. I have no problem with buying from these websites. You should not either. Now, really quickly, let's talk about FragranceNet. If you're going to use it, what you should do, okay? You'll see here that it says 30% off site-wide. Click here, okay? Don't use that 30% off code. There's always a 37% off code. It's been that way for a very long time. And before the 37% off code started, there was actually a 35% off code. So the absolute worst that it's been over the last number of years is 35% off. If you're doing a 30% off code, you're actually paying them 5% to 7% more than you should be. If nothing else, you can Google it, FragranceNet 37% off code, and get it that way. But don't use this. FragranceNet in general does not have fast shipping. When you get standard shipping, you're probably going to be looking at 7 to 10 days before you actually get that in the mail, at least for me. Now, when I use FragranceNet, I will sort by new arrivals. I do this every time that I check the website. The reason for that is if they get something in that's really good or something that's really sought after, or they have a great price on something, it's usually going to be found here in new arrivals. They update this every day or so. And when they do have those really good prices or really sought after fragrances, you have to pick those up pretty quickly. So I always check to see what they have here. That way, if they have a great deal or a great fragrance, I can buy it before it sells out, because it will sell out pretty quickly if it's something that people are wanting. Now, like I said before, with FragranceNet, some people say that they get really bad customer service. I've had good and bad customer service with them. There have been times that I had issues due to leaky bottles, and I reached out to them, and in the past, they've actually just told me to keep the bottle and completely refunded me, depending on how bad it is, or they replaced it right away and been very responsive. There have been other times that I've had to reach out to them numerous times to get a response, so it is very hit or miss. But yeah, that's FragranceNet for you. Always use 37% off, always do new arrivals. Shipping time, a little bit slow, but this is my go-to website. This is the one I use the most. Next off, let's talk about Fragrance X. This is one of the other very popular fragrance discounters. Now, I will say that with Fragrance X, like this hard to find right here, this has always been the exact same fragrances. It's been these fragrances for years and years. They basically just, this is a dead page. I don't even know why it exists. I check new arrivals on Fragrance X as well. I will say, though, that Fragrance X is not quite as easy to navigate for me as FragranceNet is. If you know what you're searching for, obviously it doesn't matter. But if you're browsing with new arrivals on Fragrance X, it only goes back to their last 300 and then stops. On FragranceNet, you can literally browse every single fragrance they have if you want to, which is quite nice. With Fragrance X, you kind of have to go here to top sellers for men, and then it has sort by most popular or relevance, which is not really how I like to browse. Like I said before, I usually go new arrivals and then go back from there. So you can browse everything this way. It's just not quite as efficient. And typically the prices on Fragrance X are higher than FragranceNet. Shipping on Fragrance X used to be a lot faster for me. It's maybe still a little bit faster than FragranceNet, but it's not super quick either. Obviously, Fragrance X also 100% legit. One tip that I will give you is if you find something on Fragrance X that you want, don't buy it there. Go to Perfume.com. Here is Perfume.com. You will notice this page looks the exact same as Fragrance X's homepage, and that's because it's the same company. And they like to fake you out. They still have these fragrances listed that are obviously not there anymore, and they just say, sorry, not in stock. There are a ton of pages on Perfume.com and FragranceX.com that are like this, out of stock, discontinued fragrances. I'm going to give you just a really quick comparison so I can show you what I'm talking about as far as the prices here, okay? So you'll see here, these are the new arrivals on Fragrance X, new arrivals on Perfume.com. The exact same. Now let's say that you want Azzaro Amber Fever, okay? So we click into Azzaro Amber Fever. This is Perfume.com. After the 20% off, it's $45.76. So that's going to be your price here. Amber Fever on Fragrance X, again, the exact same company, $46.75. There you go. A little bit less on Perfume.com. And again, you can see 15 in stock, 15 in stock. It's the exact same company. So if you ever find something on Fragrance X that you like, just buy it on Perfume.com. It's going to come from the same place, the same people. It's just going to be a little bit less. And again, Fragrance X, Perfume.com, completely legit. Nothing to worry about with these sellers here. All right, let's take a look at Forever Luxe. This is another discounter. They do have here 20% off. Back in the past, it was less. I believe it was 15% off. And sometimes they bump it up to 25% off, but it does look like they're offering better prices now than they did in the past. So depending on what you're looking for, Forever Luxe might be a good place to go to. In general, Forever Luxe does not have as many fragrances as Fragrance Net or Fragrance X, but they do have some things here that you may not be able to find at those websites. And one thing to keep in mind if you're shopping Forever Luxe is the price that you see right here. Like you see there, $36.90 for a Coach for a 2-ounce. That's not the actual price that you would pay. You have to click into it, and then there you go, $29.52 after the 20% off coupon. So this is another website that you may want to keep in mind. They don't really get talked about in the same way as Fragrance Net or Fragrance X because these guys came along after and they're not quite as large. But do check them out. You may find some stuff that you really like on here for a good price. So Forever Luxe. Next up, Max Aroma. This is another legitimate website where you can buy some discounted fragrances. They do have codes like here, save 10% on $150. They do not typically use, though, the codes like the last 3 websites that we looked at. So Fragrance Net, Fragrance X, Forever Luxe, they have those X% off coupons, right? 37% off, 20% off, 15% off. Max Aroma usually doesn't have that other than up here. They do specials every week or so where they'll take a brand, you can see it here, weekly price drop, and they'll drop down the prices. So we've got some Tom Fords, Serge Lutens, and Montal. So that could be a very interesting thing for you if you want to check in every week, see what they've got, and you may be able to scoop up some really good fragrances for a really good deal. And you can see here that this one's going to reset in 4 days, 12 hours, 30 minutes. And one thing that I do like to check on Max Aroma, again, new arrivals. So you can see here that they actually have some Royal Crown fragrances. I know it's, very expensive looking, $350, but these are actually very hard to get or have been very hard to get in the U.S. for a while. Previously, you had to reach out to Royal Crown through like Facebook and say, hey, I would like to buy these, and then you could purchase through them that way. But they have a few here on Max Aroma now, so that's interesting. But yeah, Max Aroma, another option for you. Keep in mind that price drop, that potential code, and then random fragrances like those Royal Crowns that you're not going to see elsewhere. Next up, let's talk about FragranceBuy.ca. This is a Canadian website, but they do ship to the United States now. One thing you need to keep in mind if you're in the United States and you purchase through Fragrance Buy is that they only ship to the U.S. on Mondays. So if you buy on a Tuesday, that order is not going to go out until the following Monday. But if you buy on Saturday or Sunday, it's going to go out the next business day. So it can be good or bad depending on where in the week you fall. With Fragrance Buy, I like to check the rare gems up here. Occasionally they do get in some discontinued fragrances. They get in some stuff that, I would consider rare. Not always. I mean, some of this stuff is not what I would consider rare, but they do occasionally get in some things that are very hard to find that other discounters are not going to have. And then, of course, new arrivals. You'll see here they've got the new Mont Blanc Explorer. They've got Stronger With You Intensely, Dunhill Century, Eros Flame, YSLY Eau de Parfum, The One Mysterious Night, The Scent Private Accord. They've got a lot of new stuff that other discounters don't have yet, and that can make FragranceBuy.ca very appealing to you. A couple things to keep in mind if you're in the U.S. They do sell in Canadian dollars, but if you're in the U.S., when you go to FragranceBuy.ca, it will automatically convert it for you, as you can see down here. Now it says $57.11 US dollars. Click into it, US dollars. Sometimes you'll catch it where it'll say like Canadian dollars, and then it will change really quickly to US dollars. But that's actually a good thing, because the Canadian dollar is worth a little bit less than a US dollar. So you end up coming out ahead if you're in the US. They don't have coupons. They don't do the 15%, 20%, all that stuff. They do occasionally do free shipping coupons. Like as of this video, if you use the code GENTS, then you get free shipping for any order over $55. And that's only good through, I think, March 14th of this year, so not too much longer. But those don't come around all that often, so just be aware of that. Free shipping is not an everyday thing for them. And they do have a loyalty program here, where if you sign up, you can see here, you get one spray for every $1 spent, from 0 to 999 sprays, and so on and so forth. So you collect these sprays, and then you can use them for $5 off Canadian if you use 250 of the sprays you've accumulated, or you can save them up to 1,000 sprays and use 10% off. You do have that option with them that other websites don't have as far as loyalty programs, and you can see here you can get free shipping for 350 sprays. So be aware of that. Make sure to sign up for that if you do use Fragrance Buy. Definitely a good website to keep your eye on, to check out, especially if you're looking for some of this new stuff. And I do apologize that this video is going to run so long. I can tell right now that it's going to be a really long one, but I want to cover pretty much everything that I can, so that when you watch this, you're going to be able to do exactly what I do in terms of getting the best deal possible, knowing where to go, knowing where to look, knowing who to trust, knowing what to look for, and not getting screwed. That's the main thing I'm trying to accomplish here. So we're taking a look at Label Perfumes. They have an insane number of pop-ups that I just absolutely hate. I already closed out a couple. Every time you go to a new page, it seems like they have new pop-ups. They could really do with the redesign on their website, in my opinion, but you can sometimes get good deals here, so I do check it every once in a while. Now, I'm looking at men's new arrivals, and this is an issue that I have with this website and the next one that I'm going to look at. Their new arrivals are set up like crap, and I think that probably hurts them in terms of business. You'll see here that they have stuff like 1 Million Privé, Azzaro Chrome Intense, Versace Eros. This stuff is not new. It's been out for a very long time. This new arrival section of the website has been like this for a long time. A lot of these fragrances are ones that have been here for months and months and months. And yeah, they do have a few new ones that they've popped in here that are sold out. But for the most part, these have all been here for a long time. So this is not a true representation of what is actually new on their website. And their website also is quite slow compared to the other ones. Label Perfumes typically will have a 5% off code that you can get. It will usually be in one of those pop-ups that you can get, and you're supposed to put in your email. It's kind of a hassle. And then they'll occasionally have one pop up here at the top of the screen, or it'll be like last min deal, something like that, that you use as a coupon code. Be aware that they have 5% off if you choose to utilize it for this website. Something like this is probably not the greatest thing. That picture of Dior Homme that's got a silver stem right here, that's a vintage bottle of Dior Homme, a true vintage, and I guarantee you if you buy that, it is not going to have a silver stem. They should probably change that picture. Nitpicking, but still. Now, I have used Label Perfumes in the past, but this is not one that I typically will seek out. Again, the website is very slow. When you click on a new page, it takes a long time to load up. And the best way to actually search for things, if it pops up. So this is where you want to actually go to search, okay? If you want to do like I do anyway. You go to all, and then sort by date, new to old. And then you'll actually get the new things that have come in and are not sold out yet. So you can see here, this is what makes this website potentially useful. It has Carolina Herrera. It says CH Men Limited Edition. This is actually Carolina Herrera Insignia, and that's been very difficult to get into the U.S. Up until now. And $66 makes this the cheapest place that you can find that fragrance. In this situation, it would be worth using this website. And then you can scroll down and see if they have anything else that interests you. These are going to be the newer things that they've gotten in. One thing that does happen with this website a lot is they sell out, and then you get hit with these sold outs all over the place. So other than this just being kind of a slow website and maybe not set up the best in the world and having occasional very annoying pop-ups, it can be useful. So do keep this one in mind, especially if you're looking for something that you can't find at other places. Give it a check. They might have it here. Okay, now we are at perfumeclick.com. This is another discounter. It is legit. Now, these actually, I believe, come from the United Kingdom, these fragrances, if you buy from here. This website is also set up a little bit strange because you get a $6 discount for every additional item that you add on. So, for example, if you buy 1 million cologne plus Porsche Design Sport plus Prada L'Homme, they'll take $12 off. Because you don't get a discount for the first one, but then you get a $6 discount for the second, another $6 discount for the third, and each one after a $6 discount. I will tell you guys that even more so than the last website, I hate the way Perfume Click is set up. It looks very nice, but there's no way to search for what they've gotten in recently. And 9 times out of 10, that's where you're going to find your best deals, and that's going to be where you find your most wanted fragrances is through new arrivals. Because if they have a great deal, which I have seen some great deals on these discount websites before, it's going to be in new arrivals and people are going to buy it, and you want to be able to find it. Unfortunately, this website does not have that at all. From what I have found, I've looked all over. I can't find a way to search by just new arrivals. See here, there's nothing on the front page. And then when you go into Cologne, it just gives you a bunch of brands. And you click into Cologne, again, nothing but the brands. View all products, and it takes you right here where you can sort by popularity, price, or title. For some of you, you may not care about that because you're looking for just one specific thing, but if you're looking for, like I said, great deals or maybe a random discontinued fragrance or something like that, it's kind of annoying. Because I can tell you in the past on FragranceNet, by searching new arrivals, I found Canali for Men, Eau de Toilette. They had that for sale for like $20. And Canali is a discontinued fragrance that goes for over $100 per bottle. And then I found Nikos for Men. I found that for $12, 100 milliliter size bottle, also discontinued, and that on eBay goes for $80 plus. So I found that for $12. You can find deals like that as long as you look in the new arrivals and you're consistent with it, but on websites like this, you just don't have that option. You can occasionally find some stuff on here that is not on other websites. Like, for example, they've got Spice Bomb Extreme that often gets sold out at other websites. They have Insignia, but you'll notice here, $95.90. At the last website we looked at, it was much less. So this is one that's kind of like bottom tier as far as discounters go, in my opinion, but on occasion you will find something here that is worthwhile. Now, there are a lot of other kind of smaller discounters out there. In honesty, I would just stick with the ones that I've talked about. Those are going to have you covered on almost everything, especially as far as designer fragrances go. We're going to talk about niche here in a little bit. But you have websites like this one, the Perfume Spot, just not set up very well as far as searching. Like, you go to men's fragrances and you get presented with this page. So again, you have to know exactly what you want. You'll see there's those bad fragrances that I talked about in the past, but click B and then you can go through here and find a bunch of generally extremely inexpensive fragrances. We've got some like decent deals on some bonds here, but in general, I wouldn't really use this. I would go for one of the others. Then you've got places like Perfumania. These are all across America and outlet centers. I would not buy from them personally just because the prices are usually much worse than you're going to find at other discounters. You might find the odd bottle of a fragrance that does go for a little bit less on Perfumania, but in general, it's not very good. Same thing with Fragrance Outlet. You see here, men's new arrivals. These prices are very bad. These prices are worse than Perfumania. This is not good. You do not want to use this website. You don't want to use this store, actually. If you see these in outlets, Fragrance Outlet, don't do it. You see they do have this buy one, get one 50% off, mix and match. So when you buy one, it looks like, oh, I could buy another one for half off and I get a good deal. It's not. Just buy from discounters. This Mr. Burberry Indigo, $115. Is this a 100? No, it's a 5 ounce. Yeah, so this 5 ounce Burberry Indigo, $115. Fragrance Net, $57.39, and that's actually before the extra 7% off that you'll get, so that's going to drop even further. It's going to be closer to like $52 probably. So you can get this for about half without having to do the mix and match, and even with the mix and match, you'll still come out below because you only get 50% off one bottle. You don't get 50% off both. Fragrance Outlet, useless, don't use it. So those are the discounters that I typically use, usually more for designers. They do have niche fragrances that slip in, especially with Max Aroma, Fragrance Net, and sometimes Fragrance X. So you can find good prices on niches as well, but those are great places for designer fragrances. Again, there's a lot of paranoia from people where they go, oh, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake. And they convince themselves of that before they get it, and they leave a negative review or whatever. Is there a chance that a spoiled bottle is going to slip through the hundreds of thousands of bottles that they sell per year? Obviously, yes. Is that very likely? No. And if that does happen, then you can get it rectified through the website that you purchase from. So it's not really a big deal. It might be a slight annoyance. I'm not going to argue that, but it's not the end of the world. All right, the last discounter I'm going to take a look at really quickly, Scented Monkey. Now, they admittedly have a very, very dated-looking website. I have used them in the past. They're also known as Perfume Worldwide, but Perfume Worldwide, as you can see here, no longer has anything. They just kind of consolidated everything to here, Scented Monkey. They have a coupon that you see right here, and that kind of rotates. You see this one expires 2/25, which is actually today, the day that I'm shooting this. Free ground shipping with this code, and then tomorrow they'll have a new code and a new code after that and after that and after that. So their website just kind of very, again, dated. Just very, very dated. It's badly in need of a refresh. It does not compete very well with the others that we've looked at. Can't search this by new arrivals, so that's kind of a bummer. What you can do is you can sort by designer up here. Look that way. I have occasionally found good deals through this website, but it's so dated that I haven't used it in a really long time. Yeah, like see right here, they do occasionally have some sick deals. They've got Great Jones Bond number 9 tester for $55. That is super cheap. Another right there, $55. Brooklyn, you can see that was going for the same price most likely and sold out. Sag Harbor was most likely going for $55.06. That sold out as well. Got a few more here in the $75 range. So yeah, this website you can occasionally get really, really good deals. I've used them before, and what I got was legit, so I can say that. They do have kind of a weird thing where when you check out, they actually called me and confirmed that I had made the purchase. Just a dated website, but occasionally great deals. The issue is you have to really go searching for them. You have to go through like each brand that you're interested in and then sort by low price and see, do they have awesome deals. I'm going to show you a couple fake websites, okay? Fake discounters. First off, be aware that there are a ton of fake discounters out there. They kind of pop up and then disappear randomly. But a lot of them have similar things that you can look out for. Now, hotperfume.com, I don't know that I would necessarily consider them fake, but I also don't think you should use them. I actually did place a test purchase just to see what would happen with them, and I'll show you why. Let's go to Dolce Gabbana. Okay, look here. Dolce Gabbana Buy Cologne for Men, 3.4 ounce spray, $70. This is extremely, extremely, extremely sought after and very expensive. Brand new in box, $69.99. So I placed an order for this. And what I did is I sent them an email and I said, hey, just a heads up, if what you're selling is fake, I'm going to know. So if it is fake, just go ahead and cancel my order because I'm going to have to return it if it is. And lo and behold, they immediately canceled my order. So while I haven't actually received anything from this website, that speaks very loudly that if you buy from here and they actually send you something, it's probably fake. Okay, so here's a website that is definitely fake. It is J'adore Tester Store. Now you'll see here, it actually looks decently professional. They've got kind of an Instagram feed down here. They've got a returns page, an about us page. They've got a frequently asked questions page. Let's dive into this really quickly. Let's take a look at these men's fragrances, okay? Wow, look at those prices. Creed Aventus for $58. You can see here testers are items that were intended to be placed on the counter of a department store for customers to sample. They're usually unboxed or in a simple brown or white box. Testers are always fresh, new, and completely full, but sometimes they do not have a cap. Products are being shipped from East Europe. Average delivery time, 14 to 21 days. This is fake. This is 100,000% fake. They've also got Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille for $52. Tom Ford does not make tester bottles. They don't have white box tester bottles. That's something that a lot of people in the community know. They don't make testers, not in the traditional sense. These are all fake. Everything here on this website is 100% fake. Russia specifically is one of the areas that just is rife with fakes. It's one of the capitals of fake fragrances. So you have all these very sought after scents here that are typically very, very expensive, and they slap on a $50 price tag, and people buy it up hoping that they got a great deal, when in reality it's a 100% fake. So these fragrances are coming from Ukraine. And this is the return policy here. Essentially, you mail it to this address, which honestly, this address doesn't look very complete. It has a country, city, and then index. Yeah, I don't know. And then it says, to be eligible for return, your item must be unused and in the same condition that you received it. It must also be in the original packaging. So essentially, you get the fragrance and you can't spray it or anything like that. And then you return it, mail it off to Ukraine, and then just wait. And if they verify it, they'll give you a refund, they say. You also have to pay shipping costs, which shipping a fragrance to Ukraine is not going to be cheap. Shipping costs are non-refundable. If you receive a refund, the cost of return shipping will be deducted from your refund. Essentially, if you try to return that, you're going to have a hell of a time trying to get a refund. Good luck. This is a fake website. Now let's take a look at another one. Okay, here we are. Sweet Bottles. Sweet Bottles Perfume Testers. Same kind of deal here. You got Creed Aventus, $62. Tobacco Vanille, $55. Millésime Imperial, $62. Always stock pictures of the bottles. Oh, and here we go. This is a picture, which zoomed in a bit too much. But this is a fake Creed Aventus. Check out the paint on the lettering there. Look how sloppy that is. Quality here, not good. Look at the ink printing on Aventus right there. It's actually, maybe they zoomed it in so much that it's easier to tell that it's fake, so that's kind of a great idea. Again, shipping 13 to 15 days after order confirmation. This actually has an address in the United States. But then 13 to 15 days after order confirmation and shipping, drop shipping from East Europe, Ukraine. Ton of fragrances here, all niche, all expensive, all fake. Yep, there we go. 100% fake, 100,000% fake. Tom Ford does not make these boxes. These white tester boxes right here, Tom Ford does not make those. If you see a white tester box like this, it is fake. It is always fake, 100%. Honestly, that bottle doesn't even look good from here. Like that's super crap. These are all fake. Yeah, looks like crap. Okay, so just wanted to show you that these websites selling perfume testers, if you ever come across these, and they're selling these testers for prices like this, and you see them look like the ones that I showed you just now, they are always fake. Always fake. I get questions fairly often. I see them on the groups. I see them online, on forums. People say, is this website legit? Is this website legit? If you're seeing fragrances like this for these prices, they are fake. If you're seeing this stuff, it is fake. And again, to reiterate, these websites come and go all the time. If you make a purchase from these websites and something's coming from Ukraine, they will eventually shut this website down, and they will try to make off with everybody's money that they have at that moment. Just last year, there was a website. It was called Deals War, or Deals Wars, dealswars.com, and that website is gone. It had all of these testers, the same that you see on these websites, similar pricing. People were asking about it. You can Google it and probably pull up a couple of threads on forums and stuff. Dealswars.com. It is gone now. They made off with however much money they made off with. I'm sure people tried to do chargebacks on their credit cards or through PayPal or whatever. But they just cut and ran. And that will happen again with these websites that we're looking at here today. These could be completely gone in a couple months. They could be here a year from now. Who knows? Eventually, they're just going to take off. And you don't want to be holding the bag when they take off. So just be aware. Don't screw with these websites. Don't even mess with them. Okay, now we're going to talk about scent matchers very quickly, just because this comes up sometimes. There are a number of companies out there that let you copy fragrances. And they have kind of differing amounts of quality. In these circumstances, you just need to know what you're buying, and then you'll be okay. So some examples, sort of, are Perfume Parlor, Scent Matchers, Alt, Dua, Alexandria. Some of these are better than others. Scent Matchers is a little bit different, which is why I have them pulled up here. The way Scent Matchers works is you choose a fragrance. See, they have all these different fragrances. Very, very, very many. And then if you don't have the fragrance here, then you type in the one you want. You choose a stock bottle. I mean, they're stock bottles, but choose one of those, add it to the cart, and then they try to match that scent, hence the name. So, for example, you could say Gucci Envy, that you really like Gucci Envy, but it's discontinued, and you want something that smells like it. So you say, okay, I want you guys to copy, okay, there, Envy by Gucci. You want that. And so then you say you want the male, add to cart, pay them $70, and then eventually they're going to send you a copy of Gucci Envy. The issue with scent matchers is every single person that I've talked to, I've never used them personally, so this is secondhand, but every person I've talked to says the fragrance that they got is not even remotely close to the fragrance that they asked to be copied. And if you remember my friend, Mr. Siage, Chris, who passed away, he used scent matchers for Molecule 1, which should be one of the easier fragrances out there to copy. And he got 2 bottles of it from Scent Matchers. He made a video on it. You can check it if you want, Mr. Siage Scent Matchers, not Masters. And he hated it. He said they smelled horrible, and he got the original bottle. He said it wasn't close, and then they sent him another bottle, and that fragrance smelled completely different than the first one they sent him, but was also not close. So that speaks to a number of things. One, it says that their quality control is not very good. If they're sending you out a copy of the same fragrance, they send it out twice, and they're both completely different than each other. That means there's some bad quality control going on. It sounds like they're just kind of winging it and don't really have a grasp on how to do this effectively. And the coloration of the fragrance was completely off as well, very different each time he got it. So this one is one that I wouldn't mess with them, but be aware that they're there, and if you do use them, understand what they're for. Perfume Parlor, Dua, Alexandria, Alt, those are going to be clone companies. C-L-O-N-E, clone, not cologne. And I'm assuming that most of you out there watching this know what they are, but I'm going to give you a quick rundown anyhow. Okay, we're going to take a look at Dua fragrances here. All three of these companies, Perfume Parlor, Dua, Alexandria, Alt, they do pretty much the same thing. So if you look through here, you'll see that they have inspired expressions. These fragrances are Dua's take on an original fragrance. So you can see here, 22 shades of bergamot, inspired by Le Labo Bergamot 22. So that means that this Dua fragrance should smell very similar, give you a very similar vibe to the Le Labo. That's what they're going for. That's what clone companies do. So in circumstances like this, and it is spelled out, you should understand that this is not the original. I mean, obviously you should understand that, but if you're buying one of these fragrances, like here, Aurora Borealis, inspired by Amouage Sunshine Man, that means this is Dua's version of Amouage Sunshine Man. Same with Alexandria, same with Alt, same with Perfume Parlor. I've only tried 2 Duas. One of them was good, one of them was not very good. I've tried 5 Alexandrias, and 3 of those were good, 2 were not so good. And then I've tried 4 Perfume Parlor, and I didn't like any of them. So with clones, it is a little bit hit or miss. Some of them are very, very, very good. Others are not so great. So I want to talk really quickly about Fragrantica. I'm going to make this very brief. If you're a newer person, you're not sure what this is very useful. If you're thinking about buying a fragrance and you want a little more information on it, go to Fragrantica and just type in the fragrance up here. So let's say you wanted a Dua. We just looked at those Dua fragrances. Let's say wood and cognac. You're thinking about buying wood and cognac, okay? You can see here how people have voted on this fragrance, love, like, dislike, when they think you should wear it, day or night. You've got the note breakdown of the fragrance. You have the longevity. You have the sillage or scent trail. Some people will use that interchangeably with projection. Sillage and projection, not the exact same thing, but again, often they're used to mean the same thing. So you can see here that most people say this is a long-lasting fragrance that has heavy or enormous sillage, so very powerful. If the perfume reminds them of other ones, they'll be listed here. Do be aware, sometimes people troll. So if you see like SpongeBob fragrances here, people are just trolling. And then you can read a few reviews. So here, Dior Homme Parfum. This has many, many, many more reviews than the last one we looked at. Almost 2,000 votes. So you can see here people love the fragrance in general. They think you should wear it in winter and fall, and usually at night. You can see here it has a prominent iris and leather note, and a bit of sandalwood. So you can see here the whole breakdown as to what people smell, what they pick up the most. Longevity, very long-lasting, sillage, heavy. It does not remind people of any other fragrances, which means it smells a bit unique. And then you have a number of reviews down through here. See, just reviews upon reviews. So you can very easily look up a fragrance, educate yourself, and decide, is this something I want to buy or not? So just keep that in mind. It is eBay time. eBay in general is a safe place to buy because you have protection through PayPal. If you end up with a fake, you can just open a case and you'll get a refund after you return the product. And sometimes they just refund you outright and you just keep the product, and if it's a fake, just throw it away or something. Now, let's just go over a few things to look out for as far as fakes go. One thing that you should look for in general is feedback, obviously. If somebody has very high feedback, then you're usually safe. If somebody has 99% feedback with thousands of feedback received, you should be good. For example, here we have Fine Scents. He's actually very well known in the fragrance community. You can see here 662 bottles sold of Aventus. You can see this is batch 18K11, 9 available, 285 each. He's got numerous pictures here letting you know, hey, this is legit. He's not hiding anything. You'll be good to go. Okay? So situations like this, if you see a seller on eBay, lots of feedback, almost entirely positive, in this case it is, you have nothing to worry about. Do not get worked up. It's legit. It's okay. Even though it's on eBay, you're fine. I know a lot of people will say, oh, eBay, I'm scared to buy on eBay. Too many fakes. There are lots and lots and lots of legitimate sellers on eBay. Don't get paranoid. Again, this goes back to the very beginning. If you're a paranoid type person, if you're scared that anything at a discount is obviously fake, if you have that feeling, just buy retail. Just for your own sake, just buy retail. Now, here's something that I believe is going to be fake. Let's take a look. We've got Creed Aventus Men's Eau de Parfum Spray 120 mils. This person has 427 feedback, 100% positive. 70 bottles sold, selling them at a cost of $130 US each. You see down here, Creed Aventus Men's Eau de Parfum Spray 120 mils, condition is new. There is no information here. No badge code, no nothing, okay? That's not great. This picture is super blurry, first off. It's hard to even tell anything from this picture. Next, that's a stock photo, and that is a fake box. This box is quite fake looking. Let me see if I can pull up a legit one to show you. So here we go. Aroma fragrances, 120 ml, 16K11. This is a 2016 batch of Aventus, selling it for $410. I wonder if I can get this pulled up. Dang it. Let's see how big we can make this. Okay. So here is a legitimate box. It's a little far away, but you can make it out. You can see the texture on the box, right? You can see the label, how clear this is here. You can see this little bordering around the sticker. Now let's take a look back. Where are we? Okay. Now take a look at this one. Look at the quality of this, the box, just the actual cardboard of the box itself. The texturing, the sticker, the border, the imprint of the logo. Now we'll go back to this one. You see it's just a night and day difference. This is a fake. This is an obvious fake. And one thing that you'll notice here, it does have this paperwork right here. It's every time I move the mouse, it's kind of, down there at the bottom. That paperwork does not automatically mean it's a legit bottle. So you get this paperwork, and then you go, oh, look, it's got this, it's legit. They've been faking this for a while. So just be aware of that. This is a fake listing. 15X01, oh wow, this is a 2015 batch. That would be worth so much money. This is fake. This listing is fake. 70 people have bought a fake bottle from this person. What other items do they have, I wonder? Just Aventus. They're selling just a ton of fake Aventus. Cool. This is fake. Now this one, Hottie Store 15, 97 feedback, 91.3% positive. That is because they're selling fakes. They've been called out. This is good. This is useful. Okay, this box looks a little better than the last one. It's still an obvious fake, but it's a little bit better than the last one. This bottle, a little janky. You can see the Creed. That's very sloppy. The paint that we have going here. Now this is interesting. This slip cover. If you see a Creed fragrance with the slip cover, it is fake. You see that a lot. So this right here, the slip cover that would go over the box, that lets you know right away, immediately, that this is fake. And yes, this right here, this Napoleon slip cover, you'll see that one too. So this one I actually haven't seen before. I've seen this one a ton, but they'll put those over the box to try to make it look fancier, and it's fake. It's 100% fake. This is trash. This is fake. Do not buy this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at all those fake Aventus bottles. Holy crap. Holy freaking crap. That's what I'm talking about. These are all fake. All these. All of those. Fake to the max. Thankfully, he's only sold one, but obviously he's ripped off a few people that left him negatives. Fake. Rip off. Expired packets that don't work, not authentic. So this dude is just selling just tons of bunk stuff. What else has he got? Oh, wow. Look at this. What in the freak? Creed Aventus 3-ounce 30 ml sample. Nice fruity batch. 18B01. Wow. That is wild. I have never seen that. They have got a fake Creed sample pack that does not exist with actual Creed. These are miniature size bottles of the old 120 milliliter size bottles. That is insane. They're copying to the point that they're just making stuff up. They're like, hey, I think that Creed should have sample packs in miniature size bottles. This is fake. Everything the seller has is fake. This one is fine. You can see here he's taken off the atomizer. That's one. Okay, Dallas from Chaos Fragrances has a video about fake Creeds, what to look for. Go ahead and check that video out if you want more information on fake Creeds. But when you see a seller on eBay and they've removed the atomizer so you can see inside like this guy has, he's showing you right here that this is a real bottle. That's what he's doing. That little white band that you see around the little atomizer knob there, that's letting you know this is legit, okay? This guy's selling real stuff. And this one, another fake. Look at that screen name here, CW36801-5. Only 21 feedback, 100% positive. Oh, from Tennessee. Wonderful, where I'm from. This is fake. He's got 2 stock photos. He's not even showing you what he's actually selling it for $150. Again, no information here. This is fake. If you buy this, you're getting ripped off. If you go through eBay, you can pick out a ton of fakes as it pertains to niche fragrances. They are everywhere. So you really need to make sure that you're buying from somebody that's legitimate. I mean, look, this is supremely, supremely fake. Another thing with Creeds is they do not come wrapped in cellophane. If you ever see a bottle of Creed on eBay and it's wrapped in cellophane, it is fake. 100% of the time, it is fake. And when it comes to niche fragrances on eBay, unless you're dealing with a legitimate seller, stock photos are a no-no. So if you've got somebody selling 1 or 2 bottles and they have stock photos, then it's fake. See, look at all these fakes. They are everywhere. This is what I'm talking about. This is obviously fake. This guy has 0 feedback, stock photo, 100% fake. Don't buy it. And stuff like this, I wouldn't mess with either. I mean, look at this. This is the only photo that we've got, right? Look at that. Wow. And then this blur attack. 93 feedback, $125, 2 available. With best offer, no information down here. I would guarantee you this is fake. Another fake. There's the slipcover, fake. Selling it for $98.95. Got another here, fake. This one coming from Sri Lanka. 6 feedback. You can see there the papers, but it's fake. So there's a lot of fake Aventus on eBay. At any given time, I couldn't even tell you how many fake bottles there are. Probably 50 or more. I don't know, maybe 100. There's a ton of fake Aventus. And they even have, like, this Aventus that sold 70. This Aventus right here is sponsored. Like, if you scroll down a little bit, you can see the same listing right here. Boom. Sponsored. So they are paying eBay to feature this listing, and eBay has it right at the top, and it's 100% fake. And feedback on this person from the 70 people that have bought it, no negative, 0 neutral, 1 positive. Communication was excellent. 70 people got ripped buying a fake Creed. That is a little over $9,000. Yeah, a little over $9,000 this person has made by selling fake Aventus, and God knows how many more it's going to sell. Thing with this that's really bad too is you report these to eBay as fake, they won't do anything about it. It's right down here, report item. I have done that numerous times. They don't do anything. So here's a seller, Calf Ball, 1254 feedback, 825 sold, 100 mil Creed Aventus, and this is good. I mean, other than that filter that's on this picture, but they've got all the pictures that you want to see. Got the batch code, Bottom of the box. Got a picture here. Got the Cav ball right there, so you can see that this is from them. They've removed the atomizer so you can see underneath, which is what you want. Another close-up right here. That's good. Picture of the cap, back of the box. This is what you want to see. This is good. Something like this is good. It's got everything that you want. You can tell this is legit. 100% feedback. 1254. You can go in and check the 825 sold. Look at that. So many. Now, we've talked about Creed Aventus a ton. Let me show you just a couple other examples of fake fragrances that you want to look out for. Okay, this is good. This is what I wanted to be able to show you. We got African Leather. This is an expensive fragrance, an expensive niche fragrance. This is a tester, so that's a little bit of a red flag as far as expensive niche stuff goes. Testers are fine from discounters, completely fine. The issue with testers on eBay is niche testers are often faked and then sold on eBay. So this one here is coming from the Russian Federation. Huge, enormous red flag. Enormous red flag. I can tell you straight up, I would not purchase a fragrance from the Russian Federation on eBay. No offense to Russia, but I would not do it. You have a 99% chance that it's fake. Just don't even mess with it. Yes, you have protection from PayPal, but it's a pain in the butt. You don't want to spend over $100, wait months for this thing to come in, because look, estimated to arrive between April 16th and April 30th. It's about 2 months from today. You're going to wait that long for it to come in, and then when it comes in, you're going to see, oh, it's fake. And then if the seller wants to be an a-hole, they're going to make you return it. And then when you return it, it's going to be 2 months back to Russia. And then when they get it, then they can go ahead and initiate that refund. It's just way too much of a hassle. Don't even do it. Now back to this. There are some obvious issues here. So I'm using somebody else's picture from eBay here, but okay. Here's the fake. Let's take a look at this. Scope it out. Look at the top of that, of the plaque on the front, from left to right. It goes on an incline. From left to right, it is going up. There's an incline there. Look in the upper left of that plaque. You see where the design is screwed up in the upper left there. Quality on this, when you look at it closely, is not good. Okay? Take a look at this. This is a real one. Look at the plaque. The quality. Look at the tail. Now back to here. Look at the tail. Look at the dots. Trash. Again, take a look. And back. It's not close. This is 100% fake. 100%. Now look at the other items this person has. That's a fake Clive Christian, fake by Killian, another fake Memo, another fake Killian. All of these. These are all fake. Every single one. Fake Joe Malone. Fake Diptyque. Every one of these. And here you see. Ripped off. Got ripped off. Got ripped off. Got ripped off. All these people ripped off. All these people that bought these fragrances got ripped off. Now again, let's take a look at this one. African Leather. New sealed in box. $195. $8 shipping. Russian Federation though. They're selling a few samples you can see here. But most of these fragrances, from what I'm seeing, these expensive ones, these are stock photos. So just me personally, I would stay away. I would stay away from this. I just wouldn't do it. All right, last up, we're going to take a look at Baccarat Rouge 540 because this is a fragrance that's very popular and does get faked fairly often. So here we've got a Russian seller going for $590 for a 200 milliliter size bottle. 76 feedback, stock photos. Don't buy this. Don't buy this. And here we have another Baccarat Rouge 540, $120, $23 shipping, Russian Federation. It's a tester. That's the only picture they have. 15 feedback, 94% positive. This is a fake. Now, this is actually courtesy of a poster on Fragrantica. This is a counterfeit Baccarat Rouge 540 that was being sold on eBay. So let's take a look. You can look at the glass here. This is completely jacked. Look at the glass, how thin it is here. It doesn't really match up here. Look at the differences here. Very low quality glass. Very low quality indeed. These are the caps. This is a fake or real, obviously. Huge difference. Again. There you go. And that was somebody that had faked the entire presentation. Not even the tester. So while, like I said at the beginning, I do think it's safe to buy on eBay, you do have to be cautious. You can't just buy the cheapest price automatically. You need to look at who's selling it, look at the photos they've provided, and make an informed decision when you make a purchase. So, I mean, just look at this right here. Baccarat Rouge 540, 70 mil, from Russia, 118 feedback, 100% positive. It's at $150, $25 shipping. That's $175. This is the only picture we have. Let's take a look at this. That is a very fake bottle. That is very, very fake. Look at that cap. That is very, very bad. The build on that is trash. The quality is not close. This is fake, 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 fake. Look at the glass. Again, look at the left to the right. It is not even. Look at the lines on the label even. To the right, to the left, much thicker on the right. On the left, very thin. At the top, thin. This is fake. It is unfortunate. New tester without box delivery from Russia can be 10 to 50 days. Yep, this is fake. Whoever buys this, whoever pays nearly $200 for this, wasted that money. Wasted it. And it's going to be a pain to get that back. I mean, you're covered, but yeah, it's going to be a pain. They're selling a fake Byredo too. Awesome. Before we head on to the next part of the video, I want to talk about Facebook groups really quickly. Buying and swapping fragrances in Facebook groups. I've mentioned these on my channel in the past. Some of the biggest groups include Fragrance Swap, Fragrance Marketplace, and LFSG Sales, Swaps, and Splits. So on these Facebook groups, you can swap your fragrance for a fragrance from somebody else if you make a deal and say, hey, do you want this for that? Or you can purchase fragrances or decants or samples from other people on these groups. Now, these have been around for a long time. They have a lot of members. Fragrance Swap, for example, has over 10,000 people in the group. One thing that I will tell you, though, in my opinion, if you make a purchase from somebody else in the group, you typically would do it through PayPal. But if you make a purchase from somebody else in these groups, use goods and services. Don't pay via friends and family. At this point, it's almost a running gag with a few of my friends that are also in the community that every week somebody new gets scammed in these groups. It just happens constantly. Somebody will say, hey, I've got this for sale, blah, 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 pay via friends and family, and then somebody will make that purchase through friends and family, and then the person that they bought the bottle from just disappears with their money. All the time in those groups, you see somebody making a post like, oh, I think I got scammed, and it's not really something that you can necessarily prevent unless you pay through goods and services. There have legitimately been people that have sold for years, hundreds of successful sales, like I said, sold for years, and then just one day they sell a bunch of fragrances, and people pay with friends and family because they trust them to send the goods, and they just make off with everybody's money. And then you have to have a big fight with PayPal to get a refund, because if you pay with friends and family instead of goods and services, very often PayPal will tell you, tough luck, you should have paid goods and services, and they don't refund you. It's happened to me in the past, actually. It is what it is. Don't pay friends and family. It doesn't matter if the person is very well established. In my opinion, always pay goods and services. It tacks on, I think, an extra 4%. Just pay the extra and be safe. Honestly, with swaps nowadays, they are kind of dying. Most people prefer to purchase and sell. They don't swap as much. Years ago, there was a lot more swapping. On occasion, you can find somebody to swap with you. But honestly, just my opinion, I would stay away from it, because you never know when somebody could just screw you and you send your fragrance to them and they don't send theirs to you. So that's just my opinion on the Facebook groups. Basically boiled down, I wouldn't swap. I mean, you can if you want to, but I would not personally. And always pay goods and services. Don't pay friends and family. All right, guys, let's quickly talk about niche suppliers. First off, Beverly Hills Perfumery, beverlyhillsperfumery.com. They have a ton of niche fragrances. Very, very useful for niche fragrances. A guy named Alan runs Beverly Hills Perfumery. You can contact him through this contact button here. You can contact him on Facebook. Just look up Beverly Hills Perfumery on Facebook. Ton of fragrances, all great brands. He actually selects the brands that he wants to carry. You can see them listed right here. If you're interested in any of these fragrances, I implore you to reach out to Alan. You can say that you saw it on this video. You can say you heard it from me, whatever. He will work with you to get you the fragrances you want. Just reach out to him. And he'll also give you samples with each bottle. And these are good spray samples of high quality niche fragrances. Very expensive stuff. You can sample it out. He's a great guy for niche fragrances. He's always helped me out with samples. He's a good dude. So if you're looking for niche fragrances, that's probably the first place that I would check. Another great resource is Twisted Lily. These guys are great for niche fragrances, also some indie fragrances, and they run stuff like this all the time. They have flash sales. They have specials where if you spend a certain amount of money, you get a gift card that you can use for a purchase on down the road. And they're one of the only niche websites that does that. As far as websites that cover niche pretty much exclusively, niche and indie, Twisted Lily is usually my first stop after Beverly Hills Perfumery. So check this place out for sure. Next up is Parfum1.com. They don't get talked about very much, but these guys are kind of like an offshoot of Twisted Lily. So I'm pretty sure that when I've purchased in the past from Parfum 1, the packages have actually come from Twisted Lily, and they have Twisted Lily information inside the box. So this is really the last guys that we looked at, but they sell niche fragrances at a little bit of a better price, but they don't have as much of a selection, if that makes any sense. So you can see here, 25% off, use code SPRINGNOWPE. They always have a code down here, 25% off. They always have that code. So be aware of this website. If they have the niche fragrance that you're looking for, instead of paying full retail, come here, pick it up for a little less. Now, most of the prices that they have, you're going to notice here, are retail. Not all of them, but a lot of them are retail. But when you add the 25% off, it's 25% off retail. Like I said, they don't have as big of a selection. You can see here. But they do rotate stuff. So in the past, they had imaginary authors. I actually picked up a lot of my imaginary authors bottles through this website. They don't have it listed now, but they did in the past. And some stuff that they have now, they did not have in the past. So it's a website that you can check out every once in a while, get a good deal on something, okay? So, for example, they have 8 and Bob. So right now they have Memoirs de Mastic, Egypt, Nuit de Megève, and that's it. And sometimes they'll have the original. Sometimes they'll have Champs de Provence. They'll have other fragrances on here from this house. But right now, this is what they have. Going back to earlier, though, if you find something here and you think, oh, this is a great deal, I suggest, if it's something that Alan has at Beverly Hills Perfumery, that you reach out to him first. I'm just saying. Reach out to him first. Say, I found this fragrance at whatever, parfum1.com for this amount, and see if he can do anything for you. Just my suggestion. Now we're looking at Lucky Scent. Lucky Scent is probably the most well-known niche store on the internet. It's a very good website. The only thing that might annoy some people is as far as discounts go, you're probably never going to get them. It's very, very rare for Lucky Scent to put up a discount code. Very rare. It has happened, but it does not happen often at all. Now up here, you'll see free shipping over $75. They do have that, free ship. So just be aware of that if you make a purchase. But this is going to be for your niche stuff and indie. They have an absolutely enormous selection. So if you're looking for niche, check this out. Next up is Oswald, New York. This is another good place to go for niche fragrances. They have a bunch of high-quality brands here, as you can see, listed out. And they also have the Oswald Sample Program. So you can use this to get samples of the fragrances that they carry. And then you can test them out and see if it's something you like. They're based out of New York, one of the more well-known niche stores in America. So do check these guys out, again, if you're looking for niche. Last up, I want to talk about Indie Scents. This is indiescents.com. This is a website that sells what it says, Indie Scents. I found actually a number of really nice independent fragrances from this website. One thing I really like about Indie Scents is they provide samples with any purchase. And so you get 3 free samples with each bottle that you order. And in the order confirmation, you just say, hey, I want samples of this, this, and this, or whatever. And they include it with your purchase. And those are actually really nice spray samples. They're 1.5 milliliters, and they're not vials. I really don't like the vials where you have to dab it and wipe it on. These are actually sprays, and that's very nice. I actually got some samples from Slumber House, a whole bunch of them, using this website. So I have a whole bunch of 1.5 milliliter samples from Slumber House, which is a pretty well-known independent brand. This is a great website if you want fragrances that are a little bit off the beaten path. Just lots of independent stuff here. A lot of really unique stuff. May not be to everybody's liking, but there's some really high-quality scents here. Hindley Perfumes, actually. I bought a bottle of Fume back in the day from this website, and I think that Fume has been out of stock forever and a day. Yeah, you can still get a 1.5 milliliter like little sample spray apparently, but the 15 mil is out of stock. Great fragrance. I don't care that it has 3 stars. I think it's awesome, but really nice website. I do like this one. It might look a little dated, but it's a great place to shop for indie stuff. Last off, let's talk about decants. If you don't know what a decant is, it's when somebody takes an authentic fragrance and rebottles it into a smaller kind of sample or travel size bottle. That way you can either take the travel size or decant bottle with you if you're traveling, or if it's a fragrance that you haven't experienced, you can buy a decant, get a whole bunch of wearings out of it, and then decide if you want to buy a full bottle or not. Now, there are decants being sold on eBay. There are decants on the Facebook groups, and then you have websites like this one, Fragrance Decant Boutique, where they sell decants. So there are a lot of options out there for you. In full transparency, I do have an affiliate program with the Fragrance Decant Boutique. That's why there's a link for it in the description of this video and in some of the videos that I've made in the past. So essentially what that means is if you click through that link and you make a purchase, then a small portion of that purchase goes back toward the channel for purchasing bottles for review and stuff like that. There are lots of places to buy decants. The most important thing is to buy it through a reputable site or a reputable seller. So as you can see here, there's a lot of fragrances that you can choose from. Let's say this one, Imitation Man, let's say you've seen it on FragranceNet and you're thinking about picking it up, but you don't know if you're going to like it, so you're a little hesitant to pull the trigger and spend the amount of money that it's going to cost for a full bottle. So in this circumstance, you could come here, get 5 milliliters, and that's going to be, let's see. So in this circumstance, you can buy 5 milliliters for $15.66 plus shipping. So that's what decants are. It's essentially sampling a fragrance before you splurge and buy the full bottle, or again, if you want just kind of a small travel size type bottle that you can take with you if you're traveling or leave at work or something like that. People have a lot of different uses for the little bottles. So if you ever hear me talking about decants on the channel and you didn't know what it was, this is what it is. Again, lots of places to scope these out. You've got dedicated websites like the Fragrance Decant Boutique here, eBay, Facebook, just lots of different places. Alright guys, this has run unbelievably long. I apologize for that. I didn't realize it would take this long. I've actually been recording for over 2 hours. So I'm going to cut the video here. If you guys need more information, let me know in the comments and I'll make a follow-up. But this is a lot of stuff. I was going to go over European websites, but honestly, European websites at this point are cost prohibitively expensive to ship fragrances to the US at this point. So you have to end up spending $500 or more, $600 to get free shipping to the US on most of those websites. So it's probably not worth it to most of you out there. Yeah, you can see here, rest of the world, that's going to be the US. Free shipping if you spend over 520 euros. So you have to place an enormous order to get free shipping. So if you want me to cover these, I can do that in a follow-up. It won't take as long since that will be the only thing we're talking about. But just at this point, for most guys, this is not going to be realistic. Alright, if I missed anything, let me know and I'll cover it. This has gone so long that I forget what I've covered up to this point. So thanks guys for watching this, sticking around. Hopefully this has been useful to some of you newer guys. Yeah, if you have questions, just let me know and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll see you guys again next time. Thanks.